a brand new day, and we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are. And like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our colors. We are heroes and dreamers. We are restless believers.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. This is Gail of Gaia, and this is Free Range, where we graze on wild ideas. And I'm here today to, first of all, I want to dedicate this to my youngest son. His birthday is today. He's 32 years old. So, and anyway, it's hard to believe I have a child that old, but anyway, I even have one older, but I wanted to present some information. I've run across a lot of information, almost to the point that it gets confusing sometimes as to what's really going on, but there's so much going on, and there's a lot of really good stuff going on too, and I wanted to be able to share that as well. We all know that something big is coming, and it's showtime, and we need to stay tuned and stay ready, so to speak. And it's Red October. The quantum computer has been activated, which will take charge of the quantum financial system. We are in the go. The green light has gone, and we are also in a digital war. But nothing can stop what is coming. And the Khazarian mafia is going down, and this is why Israel was left for last. And we're going to talk a little bit about that, but not in great detail. But anyway, where we go one, we go all, and Israel is last. These next 2 weeks, as Trump had said, are going to be very painful. I don't know if you heard it, but they have put a gag order on him. I mean, this is such obvious manipulation of the coming election. It's not even funny. If this was, why wasn't this charged a long time ago? All of this is just political theater to, this is what they do in dictatorship countries. The candidate that they don't want in is they try to attack, destroy, criminalize. Aren't you getting a little sick of all the stuff that they're trying to accuse Trump of? I sure am. It's ridiculous. And now to put a gag order on him, this is just unprecedented and unheard of, and should not be happening in the state of America. We are not the free country that we to be. It's an illusion. It was lost in 1871. And if you don't know the history of that, I strongly encourage you to find out more information, because it has a tremendous impact on where things have gone in our country. Now, there's a number of things before I get into all the some of this stuff. There's a little clip that I'd like to play for you about a bonds for the win, so that it is a way that we can hold these officials' feet to the fire. Because let me show you this little clip, and then we'll talk about it just a little bit, because it's exactly the same thing that I'm doing with the case that I'm working on right now. So let me share my screen. Bear with me here. Okay, let me enlarge that. Oh, I keep losing my place here. Please, like I said, bear with me. And here we go. This lady started something, and it's really cool.
Sum this all up in 15, 20 minutes, but my goal right now is to teach you how we never had a vote because our republic was stolen from us in 1871, and it all goes back to that. Okay, so we've actually been participating in an illusion of freedom, an illusion of a vote, an illusion of a legal system, law and order, an illusion of courts, and an illusion of authority. All right, guys, here we go. So I'm going to start by telling you a little bit about me. In 2022, we started a project called Bonds for the Win. And at the time, we were really upset that our children were masked at the public schools. And so I called up my girlfriend, Ann LaFleur, who's amazing. And she pretty much came back to me and she said, you know, these people are licensed, bonded, and insured, which means they have an oath of office. They have a bond, which is surety to we the people, that they're going to perform their duties and responsibilities. And they're also insured, meaning they have a liability policy. And these people are practicing medicine without a license. So what we did was we put it to the test. We went and we got 3 wins. We pulled the bonds and the liability policies by sending in a FOIA request. FOIA stands for Freedom of Information Act request. So you send us a simple letter, it's a one-page letter to any elected or appointed official in any government or public school setting, and you basically just ask them for this information, and they have to send it to you. So when we started receiving this, what we did was we took that information and we stood up to the school boards. We said, if you do not drop this mask mandate on our children, we will file a claim against either your liability policy or your bond. And here's a list of all the things that we see, all the violations that we see, all the laws you're breaking, the state, national, and international laws that you're breaking. And there were 27 laws. And the way that these bonds were set up is, depending on the type of policy they have surety to us, meaning they are personally liable for any individual claim. So if you have 10 parents standing up with you and they are personally liable for up to $100,000 per claim, in some of these cases they were liable for up to $4 million per claim, if they are liable for $100,000 per claim and you drop 10 claims on them, that's $1 million. So when I stood up to my school board, I laid all this paperwork on their table. I said, if you don't, and this is basically a letter of intent, if you don't back down on these mask policies right now, I'm going to file a claim against your surety bond. And sure enough, 7 days later, they did it in the fine print. They removed the mask mandate. And they said to everyone, now masks are voluntary. Well, once we had 3 wins throughout the country, we had a win in Illinois through a woman named Violet, another win in North Carolina through a woman named Katie, and myself. And once we knew this system worked, we went ahead and took it national. We taught the people how to FOIA request on behalf of their children at the school district, and it was like a rush. Like God was just moving all of his pieces. All the mama bears and the papa bears just jumped on this opportunity because we were really tired of seeing our children being treated like this at the public schools. Okay, so many times the parents were standing up to the school board, and the school board would shut off the lights. They would run out of the room like cockroaches. They would seek counsel to their lawyers, and they would come back 7 days later and vote 7-0 no masks and no more pornography in the library. Because again, the pornography also in the library is sexual harassment. This whole LGBTQ plus movement is sexual harassment, and it wouldn't be allowed in any workforce, and it should never be allowed in our schools. So what happened was, state by state, one after another, started to release the mask mandates. And by the way, at this time in Washington and in Oregon, they were starting to threaten forced inoculation. So we were absolutely motivated to take action at this point in time. We also started realizing that if we pulled the bonds for, let's say, Governor Ducey, it was a blanket bond. It covered the entire state of Arizona. So once we started getting these bonds, we were posting them online, and we were just like, go get them, guys, go get them. And so we posted Newsom's bond, we posted Ducey and Inslee and Brown, and next thing you know, there were hundreds of school districts being served overnight. And within 3 or 4 months, we saw Biden remove the mask mandates, and 50 million children were liberated in such a short period of time because we as parents really finally took that offensive stance and said, wait a minute, who are you?
Now, I want to give that link to you. It'll be in the description of the video, and I would encourage you to watch the entire show. This is something that can be used with any public official. You want to see their bonds, their insurance, and everything that she said. Now, one of the things that can happen is you might find out that they don't have a signed oath of office, which immediately makes them ineligible to even be in the position that they're in. If you are in a situation where, with like the right to travel for myself, the people that were involved, I am doing a FOIA request, and I will be doing something very similar to reestablish our constitutional republic. We lost it in 1871, and that's where they came up with all this color of law, code, statutes, all of those things. 10 million. I mean, there are so many so-called statutes and codes, or law, they try to call that, that they can arrest you for just about anything. It's amazing. In fact, Arizona had a great reputation. Come to Arizona on vacation and leave on probation. Well, there's a reason for that. And the corruption that is prevalent here is being exposed more and more all the time. And there's Attorney Thaler has found a great deal of things as well. So, but moving right along, speaking of children, that is what this is all about. We have not been protecting our children. And I mean children in general, children, American children, but children all around the entire planet. We have missing children. I don't know if you remember back when they used to show children on the milk cartons. I don't know what happened to that, but they just stopped doing it after a while. There's so many children that have gone missing. And I actually found out about a program where you can actually participate and help. And I want to show you that. This program is called Saving a Child. And I'm going to share the screen and show that to you as well. And I have joined. It's $12.99 a month, actually. And the money will be going to the people, like Underground Railroad, or the one that helps children with what's his name? Hang on, let me find this. Here it is. Share. Okay, this is probably got started based on the movie The Sound of Freedom, and it's you can actually participate in helping to save a child. Now, if you didn't see The Sound of Freedom, I didn't check to see how long this is, but let's do a quick little look. It's 3 minutes, so. If, of course, it'll start for me. Oh, that's YouTube, because they took my channel, and now I suppose I won't be able to find it. Oh. Well, I'm going to have to, for pity's sake. Yeah, they do that to me. That's happened to me ever since YouTube took my channel down. I managed to get 2 other channels up. Well, one's under a strike right now. But anyway, I guess I can't show that to you at the moment. So, but anyway, if you look that up, you can probably find it yourself and watch that little video. If you haven't seen the trailer to Sound of Freedom, trust me, you definitely want to see it, and you want to see the movie. And then that will motivate you. This project called Saving a Child. And there's lots of information on there. It tells you all about them, and you can actually participate in helping, because this is a scourge on this planet that needs to be eliminated as soon as possible. So moving on from there, They are, as you know, with the attack on Israel, it seems as though they're setting the stage for World War III. Well, we don't want war, and we need to concentrate on peace. But we also have to be aware of what's happening, because the deep state is playing all their cards. They're pushing for the nuclear war. They want civil wars to break out. They want us fighting each other. That is what has helped to keep them in power forever. Or it's not going to be forever, but that's how they have managed to manipulate us as much as they have. The war is real. This is real. This isn't fake, but the news is fake. What you hear on the news, 99 times out of 100, is fake, or it's exaggerated, or it's not even there isn't any truth in it at all. If you're not aware, they have used pictures from in little videos from years past, from movie scripts, from game scripts. It's amazing. So you can't always believe what you see on the news. And I just heard a woman say today, the news, it's north, east, west, and south. And it totally confuses your mind, because you're going in 10 million different directions, and that's intentional. So think about that. Just know that I don't even watch the news, the mainstream media news, because they lie. And I know that they lie, and they misdirect, and so on. And they're going to have to be for their lies. But you know, that happened back when Obama changed the Smith-Mundt law, I think it was, and made it okay to put out propaganda, stuff that isn't true. Otherwise, they had a responsibility to be more truthful. But that's not the case right now. That's something that should have been rescinded already, especially if we have faith in our elected officials, which I find very questionable ever since the 2020 election. And they are trying to go after anybody who even questioned it. Since when in America can we not question something? Since when is it a crime for a political candidate, for that matter, to get a gag order that says they can't even so much as question or say anything about the 2020 election, when I think the vast majority of us know very good and well that that was a fraudulent election? And it's Space Force does have the information. They think they got rid of it when they took care of Maui, but they didn't. They still have it. So that's just that's going to come out in a matter of time. I'm trying to find the name of. I'm sure it's Smith-Mundt Act. That was what Obama did. That made it okay for news organizations to lie to us. I find that totally disgusting myself. But the other thing that you might want to be aware of, since all this is going on in Israel, and Israel is being saved for last, let's talk about that a little bit. The Khazarian mafia, who is who we are fighting, who is also responsible for what's going on, child trafficking and sacrificing and so on and so forth. Lord Rothschild and Lord Balfour, and I'm going to tell you, if you switch that name Balfour around, they called it the Balfour Declaration. If you add an A, you got for bail. So think about that one. So anyway, it's number one: child trafficking, sacrificing Satanists on earth. They worship the devil, and they form in the form of Baal and Moloch. And the center and evidence of all their criminality is in Israel. So that is going